Ever felt that gut-wrenching sting of betrayal? You trusted someone only for them to stab you in the back. What if I told you that the best revenge isn't loud and explosive, but quiet, calculated, and oh so satisfying? Welcome to strategy number 24 from the 48 Laws of Power, the false alibi. A masterclass in letting the traitor think they've gotten away with it, all while you're weaving the perfect trap. This isn't about petty revenge, it's about strategic power. When you've been double-crossed, your first instinct is to explode. You want to confront them, expose them, and watch them squirm. But what does that really accomplish? A messy, public fight. They'll play the victim, deny everything, and you'll just look emotional and unstable. The traitor, knowing they've been caught, will either scurry away for good or, worse, double down on their efforts to undermine you, now with more caution and cunning. You've shown your hand, and in doing so, you've lost your advantage. The real power move is to do the exact opposite. Play dumb. Pretend you haven't noticed a thing. This is the essence of the false alibi. You're not just giving them an alibi for their actions. You're creating a psychological playground where they feel safe, secure, and completely in control. You let them believe their treachery went unnoticed. Their lies were swallowed whole, and their schemes were a resounding success. Think of it like a master detective laying a trap for a clever criminal. The detective doesn't burst in and yell, "I know you did it." No. They carefully plant false clues, create a sense of security, and give the criminal enough rope to hang themselves. You are that detective. Your silence, your seeming ignorance, is that rope. So how do you put this into practice? Let's say you discover a colleague has been stealing your ideas and presenting them as their own. The old you would storm into the boss's office, guns blazing. The new you, the strategic you, smiles. You compliment them on their brilliant presentation. You might even feed them another smaller idea, something you're willing to sacrifice. "Hey, I was thinking about this, but I can't quite figure it out. What do you think?" Watch what happens. Their ego, already inflated by their initial success, will soar. They'll think you're a clueless fool, an endless well of ideas for them to plunder. They become arrogant, overconfident, and sloppy. They'll take the bait again and again, each time digging their own hole a little deeper. They're so busy celebrating their cleverness that they don't see the trap closing in around them. The beauty of this strategy is that it works on a fundamental human weakness: vanity. People who betray others are often driven by a desperate need for validation and a belief in their own superior intelligence. By pretending to be their dupe, you feed this vanity. You become their favorite mirror, reflecting back the image of the genius they so desperately want to be. This period of playing dumb is your time to gather evidence. While they're parading around with your stolen ideas, you're quietly documenting everything. Save the emails with your original timestamps. Note the witnesses who heard you discuss the concept first. You're not just waiting. You're building an airtight case. Your inaction is, in fact, the most potent action you can take. The key is patience. This isn't a quick fix. It requires emotional control and a long-term perspective. Every time you see them succeeding on your back, you'll feel that urge to scream. Swallow it. Remind yourself of the ultimate goal. You're not just trying to win a small battle. You're setting the stage to win the entire war on your terms. When is the right moment to spring the trap? It's not when they've committed a minor offense. It's when they've gone too far. When they've then made a move so brazen and stolen something so significant that their downfall will be undeniable and spectacular. You wait for the high-stakes presentation, the crucial project proposal, the moment when all eyes are upon them. Imagine this scene. Your treacherous colleague is in the boardroom, presenting your masterpiece idea to the CEO. They're confident, articulate, basking in the glow of anticipated glory. They finish, and the room is impressed. The CEO turns to them, ready to bestow praise and a promotion. And then you make your move. Not with anger, but with cool, calm precision. You don't accuse, you simply ask a question. A very specific, detailed question about the origin of the idea. A question only the true creator could answer. That's a fascinating approach. I'm curious, how did you resolve the integration issue with the legacy software we discussed back in March? The one I sent you the detailed memo about on the 5th/10th? Silence. The traitor freezes. Their mind races, but they have no answer. They can't fabricate the details on the spot. All eyes in the room shift. The confidence evaporates, replaced by panic. You then calmly produce your evidence. The time-stamped emails, the early drafts, the notes from meetings. You don't need to raise your voice. The evidence speaks for itself, and it screams their guilt from the rooftops. The result? Total annihilation. They aren't just exposed as a thief, they're exposed as a fool. Their own arrogance led them directly into your trap. They have no one to blame but themselves. You, on the other hand, emerge not as a vengeful accuser, but as a competent, strategic, and powerful figure who is simply setting the record straight. You didn't just reclaim your idea. You demonstrated your superior intellect and unshakable composure. You win completely. This strategy transcends the workplace. It applies to friendships, business partnerships, any situation where trust has been broken. By giving the traitor a false alibi, you allow their true character to reveal itself to everyone, not just to you. They become their own worst enemy. You simply provide the stage and the spotlight for their self-destruction. It's a chillingly effective tool of power. You allow them the illusion of victory, letting them climb higher and higher on a ladder you've secretly sawed in half. The higher they climb, the more certain their fall, and the more spectacular the crash. You're not just punishing a single act of betrayal. You're dismantling their reputations so thoroughly that they'll never be in a position to harm you, or likely anyone else, again. So the next time you feel the sting of betrayal, resist the urge to react. Take a deep breath, smile, and start building your false alibi. Let them think they've won. Let them get comfortable. Their arrogance will be your greatest weapon, and their downfall will be a monument to your patience and strategic genius. The sweetest victory isn't the one you shout from the rooftops, but the one your enemy never sees coming. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this deep dive into strategy useful, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration of power. See you next time.